You are not insecure because of your looks and life circumstance, and someone's not confident because of their looks and their life circumstance. That's a projection of the ego structure. The ego is the individual self, right? The unconscious individual self. We're not really aware of all of the identifications we have inside of ourselves, right? We have to bring our awareness to it. And these are some examples where we separate ourselves. So if the ego identifies as a separate psychological self and a separate physical self from others, right? It therefore believes that to unionize and to become fulfilled would be to seek things outside of it, all material form. So this is where we fall under the guise of having a certain degree, having a certain job, having certain accomplishments, making a certain amount of money, having certain material things somehow make us who we are, right? I'm a successful person. Yeah, in the physical world. But that doesn't tell you, someone with all those things or not all those things, it doesn't matter. That state of being has nothing to do with those things. Now, if you put your state of being onto those things, then that's where we're coming into the projection of the ego, right? Because there are many people who don't have any materiality in this world who are very happy and very at peace. And there are people who have all the things and they're miserable. Right? People are married and they're miserable. They're rich and they're miserable. They have all these accomplishments and they're miserable. So the concept that we're so safe and we're so high valued and we're so loved and good enough by having all those things isn't checking out. And look at Instagram. Look at social media. People lie, and that's the ego, right? They're projecting out who they want you to think they are. They're not posting everything. They're selecting, and that's what the ego does. We select in our lives what we think would be good for us to fulfill the individual self-identity. I'm devalued or I'm not valuable enough if I don't have these things, if my life circumstance isn't a certain way. And that's where we fall into being a victim to our own selves because we're projecting out a state of being. You know, but we're looking for fulfillment, which is within. Think about filling up a bucket of water. You don't fill anything, right? Bucket of water or anything you're trying to fill. You're not filling it outside of it. You're filling it inside. To fulfill is to go inside, right? So then if we're looking for a fulfillment, if we're looking for happiness and safety, which is an internal state of being, those aren't external states of being. They're internal. And you're internally telling yourself that would make me happy. So the thing outside of you isn't saying, this is going to make you happy. This is what you need. This is where your value is. You're telling yourself the value is outside. You're telling yourself your safety and love is in a relationship or with money and that your happiness is with certain materiality or accomplishments. And so we pine for it without questioning it, you know? So that's what you want to understand in the ego structure in yourself is where am I outsourcing my value? Where am I devaluing myself or trying to find value outside of me?